Welcome back, friends, to the Lucky Die in Kino. Previously, Arawn meets a kindred spirit, Ivoris uses his magic on a friend, and Greff nearly drowns. Having found himself a new mentor in the school in the cliffs, Greff lets his bloodlust fight to try and prove himself. The cliffs, however, hold more secrets as they meet a wild tabaxi who can imbue life in the inanimate. Is Arawn really Dalka's only friend? What can this large construct do to Task Force 10? And where are the missing cultists? I guess you're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die in Kino. Where do you guys want to start this? Because if you guys want to start somewhere else, we can bypass the role-playing of you walking to somewhere. Unless it's a place you haven't discovered yet. Please don't say you suddenly want to appear somewhere else on the continent you haven't been before.
Discora.
No. Where would you guys like to start? Reasonably like to start?
Fossa.
What were we gonna do next? Because that was Arawn's thing for the day.
I don't think we talked about it. You did your thing.
I did. I made my little dragon.
I don't think Greff had a thing.
I would have did my thing. We did my thing first. Yeah.
So the only things left then is we need to find the gnome and the Goliath. You wanted to meet up with this the Millhook person.
Well, that's gonna happen at night. What time is it?
Probably it's getting to that point of the day, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Arawn had to make it, and you guys. Yeah.
Because if we ended up trusting Millhook, I think that we were going to see what kind of information on them we could get from her.
Also, you're the only friend in the world that she has. She mentioned that she's missing one of her constructs, and it's like a really big construct. Yeah, so that was a request of hers to let you use her forge.
Right. If we find the construct and bring that back to her.
Yeah.
And then she might also share additional knowledge with me.
Maybe. Like how to put sentience into things, but that's a big question, so.
Or at least semi-sentience, something of that sort. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, that's what Arawn wants to do. He's putting that straight on the table. I think that we need to find this construct. For the pursuit of science and knowledge.
But we don't want to waste too much time.
Is it a waste of time?
What are you talking about?
Oh, you were off doing your thing, right? Dalka was saying that if we have the chance, if we can try to find one of her constructs was stolen, and apparently it's a pretty big bad one. Well, really cool one, but really bad one. And if we bring it back, then she might share more stuff with me.
He kind of is staring at you like he doesn't really understand why this is important, but is trying to figure out why it's important to you, and just kind of slowly nods at you.
Oh, okay. All right. So you see the little friend here, and he Arawn's scratch it, like more rubbing than scratching, because it's not like it actually has skin or fur or scales really, but he's scratching the top of the head of the little dragonling on his shoulder, and he's like, okay, you see this thing here? So imagine being able to make things like this, but other things, bigger things, smarter things. That's it. Arawn's like making like sweeping motions with his hands as if that explains everything.
Okay, but what is special about the metal thing that you lost? There's
I didn't lose
plenty of metal things here.
No. The thing that got stolen, it was a construct like the ones that we saw on the walls. But this one was bigger, and it had a pick and an axe for weapons, and apparently it had the flame jet. You could shoot fire.
You want your trinkets back.
It's not mine.
She
It's
wants. Right.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay.
It's hers. We bring it back. She gives me knowledge.
How important is that?
On the scale of 1 to 10, like 11.
Okay. I feel like maybe because of the thing, the fact that you like the trinkets, that is kind of a little bit high.
Okay,
on
all right,
this
all right.
scale from 1
All
to
right,
10.
practical rating, 10.
He sighs. Fine.
Okay, maybe like 9.5. Maybe.
Whatever. It's fine. Lead the way then.
I don't know where the fuck we're going.
Well, I don't know what you're doing, and well,
We have to investigate stuff.
right.
Did Delka say where it was positioned when it was stolen?
I don't think she did, no.
I go back and ask her. just poke the head back inside. Delka, where was this construct when it was stolen?
It was probably somewhere outside the town. I don't really know.
Was it patrolling or?
Yeah.
Okay, see you later, best friend. Head
Bloody
right back
shit
out.
in the wrong fucking place. Yes, you.
I'm confused.
We're best friends.
Okay.
So now we're looking for a really tall Goliath, a really badass construct,
Right,
and a little burnt gnome.
right. Not necessarily in that order, but yes.
Okay.
Well, 2 out of 3 of those are a package deal, I think.
How are we gonna go about figuring out any of this without making a giant target on our back as we walk around town asking, have you seen any of these 3 following descriptions?
Well, we already have one person that we could talk to. Perhaps the gentleman back at the temple.
Yeah, I guess. He seems
Do we
cool.
want to go follow up on that?
He seems cool so
It
far.
has been a few hours.
It has been a fair few hours, yeah. I think you guys went to him and he said he would investigate your potential unity in a ring thing.
Right. Whether or not he could do that in a day.
He was having the boys do it, the 2 turtle boys.
Right. Ivoris wasn't about to talk to him today, but if we need to talk to him about something else, then yeah, sure.
I mean, he seems like a more reliable source than the bartender. He did not want to be asked questions.
The bartender we need to be careful of. I don't want to tell the bartender a lot.
Information goes
That
both ways.
bartender is a very good bartender in a bar that has no business. That is an assembly.
Wait, I don't follow. Sorry, I don't follow that sentence.
There is no other reason for that person to be working that bar, except for the fact that they could be assembly and hiding. That person is good at their job. They would work at a real bar.
Makes sense.
Not sure that we could trust them.
Okay. Quick question to the DM. How long does it take to get down into the Fighters Guild thingy? The Fighters Club?
About 2 hours. About
2 hours. Jesus. That's a lot of time.
Even with the shortcuts we know about now?
Yes, because it took you 6 hours to go through the
long-ass
longer
route?
route.
Okay.
And then you were like, oh, wait, we could pop up in the temple. Like if you went back up to the broken temple, the one you actually arrived in, there are a set of like stones that are kind of discolored.
And like when you see them, they stick out like a sore thumb. Like there's no way you're going to miss them now that you've seen them. And you know that basically if you depress those, you'll find the shortcut, quote unquote.
All right. Do we wanna bother the priest again?
Can't hurt. Worst he says is come back tomorrow.
At least we can halfway trust him.
All right, let's get going then.
Okay.
We're of course gonna try to make sure that we can get back to the bar before daybreak.
Yeah. That's yeah. You guys make your way back to the temple. It's again like the sun, it's at that point where the sun is like about to dip down and people are beginning their like second nightly celebrations of having survived the apocalypse. And that again, you're seeing a similar sort of thing. You see a lot of people dancing, a lot of people cheering. You see that fire is a lot more prevalent tonight. You see that a lot more people are like using their firebolts to make little displays and like crash it like mini fireworks sort of thing. You see a couple of people doing like the very traditional like fire breathing when they aren't a fire breathing race. Like you see a lot of this like just a very joyous atmosphere going around. And you make your way up to the temple. And as you approach the temple, there are a lot of people filtering in. A couple of people that you have seen around the town already. The young lass who actually got you down to where Dalkar is. She's there in attendance. A couple of the guys that that Arawn spotted when you first arrived, those are going again into the temple to celebrate. But yeah, you kind of go in there. It's beginning to get filled. It's beginning to pack. The ceremonies and the celebration or whatever hasn't actually begun yet. So you would guess if the priest is around, he's probably in his little room. So cool. You see the two turtle kids. They have skull masks on. And you can see that they're wearing very little else. And you
Shells
can see this.
V.
No.
Yes, they have a shell. And you can see that their skin is like painted with like bones and cartilage and stuff.
They're turtles, right?
Yeah, they still have cartilage
They
at
don't
least,
need
I
clothes.
think.
They have shells.
Their underskin is painted, Neil. All of their flesh is painted a dark reddish color.
I just imagine like a normal colored shell and then like a fucking red turtle. Like no shell paint whatsoever.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm just going to check one thing about this poor priest that you've been harassing for a few days now. Okay, yeah. It might be interested to know this priest still doesn't have a name. Unless anyone has it written down, I'm 100% sure we haven't given him a name yet. So.
I don't have anything written down.
Don't think anyone.
Nope.
No.
I'm the note taker and I don't.
Yeah, I can't. I'm
like,
that's all.
Like we've met this guy like twice, 3 times now, or something dumb, and I think we've managed to successfully avoid asking his name. So,
Ivoris knocks on the door. Excuse me. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
That's good.
I don't remember if we'd gotten your name or not.
Briefly forgotten your
sorry.
name.
It's been a busy couple days.
You can call me Father Koholler.
Koholler.
Please, come and sit down. What can I do for you? I'm about to get ready. You can see that his skin again has been painted like a kind of like brightish red, and you can see there are lots of like white circles and lines and like black dots and all this good stuff. There's like all over his body, and his face is like he has a lot of like dots, especially around where the eye is. He's beginning to get himself like ready for the ceremony. He's kind of just wearing. You can see his skull mask is sitting on the desk, and you can see that his staff of ceremony is like laying next to it, and it's essentially just a couple of skulls on top of a wooden shaft. He's beginning to get ready, and he gestures you to sit down. He's clearly in a hurry, however. if you came to inquire after all of the checking back into the past, I'm afraid we haven't made much headway yet.
Well, that is fine. We had one more very quick thing. It would appear that a friend of a friend has lost one of the trinkety things. And Ivoris kind of points at the little thing on Arawn's shoulder.
That's not how that... No. That's
Explain what you're looking for, Arawn. I have no idea what you're looking for.
So, Dalka told me that I need to find, apparently one of her constructs got stolen from the outskirts of the town.
Yes, I have heard.
And I need to find it because then she'll share more secrets. I already made this little guy here. And he scratched the head again.
You're clearly very talented.
Thank you.
I don't really have a lot of information on the missing construct, as you call it. I just know that it is missing. There are other people in the town who may be more useful and more helpful.
Any thoughts of who might come to mind?
Yeah, sure. Let me scroll through my list of names, and I will give you a name.
The famous Patreon names for those who donate to the church?
That is the one, yes. They donate money to get us to use a name, and it's a fantastic system we have been using for many months now.
Almost a year, in fact.
Almost a year. In fact, almost exactly a year right now. Yes, there is a man here who knows a lot about the comings and goings of various people, deals in information, sees into the future a little bit. He's a very useful man. His name is Beartooth. At least that is the name that he uses, a stage name, if you will.
Okay. Where can we find this man?
He runs an apothecary at the edge of town. You can't miss him. He loves the purple.
Purple is a good color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very flamboyant. We see him here at the church from time to time, but he has other things that he worships. We talk about faith and theology and looking into the future and life and death quite a lot. He's a very interesting man.
That sounds like it. Now, if only you talked about the sciences.
There is a place in this world for science. There is a place in this world for faith. There's a place in this world for swords. And he points at Greff, who's carrying two long swords.
But what if we combine... before I get... that's a whole conversation. Well, that's all I needed. I feel bad we keep coming in here and pestering you. Hold on. Arawn's just gonna dig into his pouch and he's just gonna pull out 10 gold coins and just put it on the desk and be like, a donation for the church, because I feel bad that we keep on coming in here. I feel like you're
mocking me. I am not... I freely admit I am not used to being information tourist board, I guess. It's not me, but, I am happy to help people in need.
You can trust an honest person to be honest, and you can trust a dishonest person to be dishonest. I generally view people of faith to be usually those of the first.
He takes the money and he puts it in the top drawer. Is there any...
Ivoris is squinty. I ain't trying to figure out which one he is.
You can insight check if you want.
No.
Because you'll probably waste an actual 20 on it or something. Please.
I would say that Arawn would be wiggling his eyebrows, but they're ridges. They're not eyebrows.
Is there anything else I can help you with? I need to start the ceremony soon. As you can tell, it's getting quite packed out there.
No, I think that is all for now. Thank you.
You're most
and have
welcome.
fun at your whatever is happening in town tonight thing.
We are just celebrating life and the fact that we have made it through a death of a god.
And hopefully the last one.
Yes, one hopes very, very much. So, okay, please leave.
We do that.
Eloquent.
Thank you. I'm just going to go into my timeline and just check a thing. Talking about gods dying, I need to make sure that we're all on the same
timeline
page.
here.
Yeah.
No, it definitely is. Only one god has died so far.
Yeah. I just need to figure out when the next one kicks it. Actually, more importantly, I need to know when Ivoris gets his magical abilities back properly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because that'll happen before the next god dies. Huh?
Yes, that's right. Yes. Okay. We have some time, guys. We have time.
Okay. That's good. If there's one thing that we need, it's lots of time.
Smite more things. I want to see more things off the list. Hit me with god magic.
Hit me. All right. You guys can make your way and leave. You pass a lot of people crammed in here. There seems to be a very jovial, happy feeling to this gathering. Some people are like sitting sideways, and some people are just sitting on the top of like the very top of the pews and like just chatting. There's a very informal feel to this, and that people are just happy and talking, and little groups of people are singing and such like. As you make your way out of this temple, where are you guys going? What do you want to do?
As we're going through the crowd, Arawn wants to see if maybe by chance this person that was described as Beartooth may be in the crowd.
Y'all take a perception check.
Sure.
We also need to look for a very big person. So,
well, I got a 19 for finding the not big. There wasn't much description of what this person looked like.
So we have
I got a 4. Ooh.
A 4. And what did the eagle-eyed, usually out to fuck me Greff get?
I only got a 12.
Thank fuck.
I got the 19.
Good it. I want to be happy in the fact that Roy 20 isn't completely fucking me today. On your 19. Me? Yeah, you're doing fine. On a 19, you look around in the crowd, and yeah, you see him sort of already in the crowd. There's a group of people standing around him, and he's the man that you spotted when you first came into town. He has like long dark purple trousers, like a short red tight shirt on, his long tailed purple coat on. And he's chatting to a variety of people, and they seem very intrigued on what he's saying. And he's doing like wildly over the top gesticulations, like, you know,
what kind of,
he's keeping their attention.
What race?
I think I said he was a drow
named Beartooth. Bold choices.
Make him a drow.
Let's see if they pay off, Cotton.
Yeah, I never gave him a specific race when I described him to you first.
Nope.
Yeah, he is a drow. He's just a fairly short man. Yeah, that's it. Very short drow.
Okay. So as we're moving through the crowd, Ron's just gonna like be looking around and, oh, hey guys, the person is right there. Right, there's too many people in the way though.
Do you want me to separate him from the crowd?
Bulldozer maneuver. Greff, to the front.
All right. Greff starts pushing people out of the way.
Like the exact opposite of Assassin's Creed, where you're blending into the crowd. You're parting the crowd and making yourself obviously.
Is doing that and letting you guys do your own thing, and we are both walking kind of side by side, but only you guys are making the big deal.
When I like push my,
Ivoris is walking like a normal person.
I like push all of my people in front of you, and you like snake slither around them.
Yep. All right, so yeah, you guys managed to easily make your way to like the front of like the little crowd around this person. He's kind of like, he's standing and just like wildly talking, and as you approach, you hear him say to this woman, like, well, of course, I saw some of this coming, not all of it, but I saw some of it. I did say one day the gods will end up dying, but you know, we'll find a way to recover our losses. We'll get someone ascended one way or another, or gods will make someone into another god. They clearly have that power. Hello, I don't believe I've met you chaps before.
No.
Ivoris is just kind of glaring at him.
Pleasure to meet you. You must be Beartooth, yes?
You must have heard of me. Tales of me have spread far and wide.
Yes, we have heard some wonderful things about you. I was hoping to meet you. I am Arawn.
A pleasure to meet you, Arawn. I am Beartooth, the purveyor of potions, the reader of fortunes.
That must be very hard for you, being with Severus being dead and all.
Of course, but that's some of us are left with a little bit of a gift.
That could be very helpful, I'm sure. Is there? Could you step outside so we could have a less public conversation?
Oh no, this sounds very intriguing. When all of the friends here could possibly help you with your dilemma.
Greff puffs out his his chest, like, I'm sure you don't want everybody chiming in when your input would be so valuable.
Don't want to take the spotlight off yourself.
Valuable, you say? And you see his eyebrows raise, and you can almost feel his spirit hands are rubbing them together like money, but he physically isn't doing that. Value. I can purvey value and special information for certain clients. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, and other, while I go and deal with these lovely gentlemen who are more than happy to pay. Please, let's take a walk in the sunset. And he parts the crowd, and everyone smiles. Some people try and grab his arm to oh, please no, sir, I need to ask you a question about my grandmother. And he's like, I don't know, I will deal with your problems, sir, in a few hours. Not a problem. And he makes his way outside,
following right behind.
Yep.
So, my friends, let's take a quick tour of the grounds of this place, shall we?
Sure. Any weaponry?
Take a investigation check.
Sure.
I'm bad at those.
Wow, I'm good at those, and I just got a 9.
I got a 15.
What is this world we live in?
On a 9, you don't spot anything obvious. On a 15, you spot he has a dagger.
Okay.
He's not going to be able to kill you with a dagger before I snap his head.
Yeah, that's fair.
Overconfidence, young Greff.
Overconfidence.
I mean, Greff almost fucking destroyed the one dude, so...
Yeah, sure.
It would have only have costed me my life.
It would only have killed you.
I mean, that was a 1v1.
Yeah, mostly.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so he just has a dagger on him.
Okay. So it was brought to our attention that you are skilled when it comes to knowing things.
I know many things. I make it my mission to understand how things go around here and, people in general, and try and meet whatever needs they have.
Well,
if it is a broken heart, if it is lost love, I can make you a love potion now to bring all the ladies or gentlemen or whatever you fancy. If it is a sickness that ails you, I can probably heal it with one of my many potions. If you wish to speak to a dead relative, I can do that also. Cards tell many things.
You've seen things.
I've seen many things. What in specifically do you wish to know about?
You've seen things since Severus has died too.
The cards tell many
lifts up
tales.
his little eye patch thingy.
He smiles at you kind of awkwardly and says, I am sorry for your loss also. This is an interesting time now, is it not?
Right, you've seen things from Severus since.
I have seen some things, yes.
Anything important? We
depends
are
what
trying
you
to
mean
keep
by
this
important.
from happening again.
Stopping another god dying. Well, that's very interesting. I hadn't thought another god to die. I didn't think, one could die, really.
if one can die, why not others?
That is true. So how do you propose about stopping this?
Fuck if I know.
What information do you think I could help you with?
Well, I need different things. Listen, if Ivoris, do you have your own things that you...
Well, have you not seen anything from, potential futures?
I have seen... the cards have told me some things about the future. Small things, rain and harvests and people. I see a lot of people.
Are you with Severus? Were you?
not really with a single god per se. I dabble with some of them. Some of them respond more favorably to me than others. Savras was very favorable. He allowed me to see things in cards and orbs and tea leaves and such.
You're an arcane practitioner, not a divine.
Yes.
Okay, I can respect that.
Not the same visions like I would have then.
You say visions. What do you...
Specific events.
Oh, that's a particularly rare form of vision.
I can't control them. But I haven't seen anything too concerning to everyone yet.
Your form of visions are nothing I'm afraid to say I don't actually know a whole lot about. The visions I have, the futures I see and seek, because I go looking for these things. I have a particular question in mind. Sometimes it's just a flash of a face and a few pieces of information when I talk to someone or touch someone. It's very vague for me, and I have to try and interpret what I see. But you're getting very specific visions. I would almost kill for an ability like that.
Ivoris takes a step back.
No, not literally. Not like I would be up to doing something very horrible, but I wouldn't actually want to kill you. I mean, you look I'm just a humble practitioner of some arcane magics. Nothing untoward in me.
I thought you were with Sabras more specifically. I will have a conversation later with someone who might be experiencing these same things.
I'm afraid I don't know anyone with that. As I say, it's a fairly rare gift. Yes, from what I've managed to understand in the reading of the cards, when Savras passed away, certain people got certain things. They tell tales of vision like you're having. They tell tales of a very specific line of events that they will always know the answer to, and everything they know about it is factually true. And there's a tale of another person who just received all the knowledge of Savras in one hit. I'd probably kill for that ability too. Not literally.
No, I'd agree with that one. Knowledge sounds good.
Yes, very much so.
I think I probably would kill somebody. What?
I'm sorry I couldn't help you further. Sorry, what is your name, young sir?
Oh, Ivoris.
Ivoris. Second last name? Just Ivoris, is it?
Ivoris kind of thinks.
It's like...
I don't think the Yuan-Ti have last names.
Yuan-Ti, interesting. And you seem to take 2
tongue
steps
has
back.
been out
The amount of that has been coming out of Neil's mouth.
Well, some people just have longer tongues than others. I've never met a Yuan-Ti.
I'm not here to
2 steps
kink
back, but he's still trying to portray the man who is happy about what's going on. Interesting.
Well, you should try to make this the one and only time that happens to you. You would be lucky.
Yes. A little unnerved, but still.
So back on subject, Bertut, sir.
We were on a subject. I thought we were talking about Savras.
Different subject.
Okay.
Ron's trying to hide a smirk at Ivoris's discomfort. So we're trying to find the missing construct that was on the outskirts of town.
Yes, something about 8.5 feet tall, shoots flames, yes?
Yes, that one.
Yes, that one's missing for a while.
Right. I need to find it.
I think we all do. It's was doing a fantastic job of protecting us. I think Dalka has gone rather overboard with all the extras she's brought around here. But, they protect us from the ever-present, so who am I to complain?
Well, I'd like to help in that endeavor. I'm of a similar mindset as Dalka, and Arawn kind of shuffles his wings a little bit and...
He shows everything off. Yeah.
He hits a button and very Iron Man style, fucking armaments out the ass. Just everything.
Yeah.
No. He doesn't have that yet.
Yeah. Interesting. What could I tell you? Now I'm just gonna. I tell you what. Let me do a bit of a reading and see what I can get. I only really know that it was stolen a little while ago. Has been in the company of some powerful practitioner of magic. So just give me a. I want to get back to my shop and I'll do a reading for you. How about that?
That sounds wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch either one of your two's names. And he's, by the way, making his way towards like the outskirts of town. It's going to be a bit of a trek. So
I did give him mine.
okay.
He didn't get Greff's.
What's this rather large, strapping chap here?
Greff.
Greff. Wonderful. Greff. Has an almost exotic sound to it. Greff. I've never met a Goliath before.
That answers that question.
Doesn't say much. Okay, well, there we go. He innately babbles and like gives you a little history of the town, like how it kind of like sprawled together. It was very small to start with, and then like, you know, the cliffs themselves being buried into and like excavated, and like rumors of a fighting school that used to be here eons ago, that sort of thing. You get a feeling he probably knows a lot more than he's actually letting on about certain things, but you know, he gives you the general like info on what's
He's trying to information bait. He's trying to drop little tidbits and see if we catch on and want to ask more questions so he could charge us more money. Got it.
You are not wrong, sir. Without an insight check, you're 100%
information broking works. I understand.
Yes, he is. So yeah, he takes you into his little shop. The shop has a fair few totems carved into wood, hung up on the wall. Some of them are masks. Some of them are like kind of like something you would wear over a hand, sort of thing. And as he invites you in, you get this very kind of like heavy, cloying feeling in the air of like too much incense has been burnt in here without enough like air getting in. The room is fairly dark. The walls are all covered in various pieces of cloth or tapestries, and every single surface is covered in some sort of rune set or various depictions of different creatures like tabaxis and goblins, and you know, the whole assortment of people are kind of drawn up on this wall. You see a lot of pictures of what you would assume to be the dead. So there's a lot of kind of like skulls and skeletons drawn. There are spirits. For those of you who may be versed in how certain god and how certain structures of the universe of this particular microcosm works, you'll be aware that they're drawing pictures of specters and that such like on those things, and like celestials and demons. This place is covered. There is not a surface that doesn't have some sort of rune or a statue or a totem or an item on it, except where he's leading you to, which is a small round table. This table has 4 chairs around it. You can sort of see off in the corner for one of you eagle-eyed, you can see that it's just a curtain, and behind that there are different types of chairs to accommodate different heights of the various races here in Kino. And he leaves you to sit down at the table, gets the correct chairs for the correct settlement, and these are very soft and very comfortable. It's something not maybe quite right about them, but they're suitable for the job. And on the very center of this table, there is a crystal ball, and there are a pack of cards. There is also a small bag, which is like open-topped drawstring bag, and you can see immediately walking over there are like bones and like chicken feathers and such in there. And he leaves you to sit down and says, right, you want to know more about this missing construct. Does anyone have a rough idea? Wait, no, I have a rough idea what it looked like. Yes,
I've got the description.
Yes, if you could tell me more about it. It's construction. It's the magical ability about it. Just something.
Ron pulls out his notes. It is a 8 foot 5 inches tall. It is a construct made from, as far as I understand, the way that Dalka makes these things is mostly organic and inorganic combined together. So stone, wood, things of that sort.
Yes.
It had hide on it as well, with a light green appearance. It had a pick and an axe for weapons, and it has the flame jet.
Yes, I think I remember that one. I think it seemed to be a bit more lively than the others. Like, it had a little personality of its own. Yes, I think I remember this. Ivoris, you're a paladin of Savras, I assume, yes? Or at least were. Could you pick one of the items on here, like the cards or the bones or the orb? Which one are you getting a feeling for?
Okay, what are the items?
There are knuckle bones in a bag with chicken feathers. There is a seeing orb, a crystal ball, or there are a pack of cards.
He's gonna go with the orb because it's what he's most familiar with, I guess, with his little bauble.
That's
Savris's, Scamos's.
yeah.
Yes,
Arch.
One thing that Arawn wants to do as well, like when we're sitting down, he's going to just whisper to the little dragon on his shoulder. He's going to whisper in Infernal and say "open," and it's going to open its mouth up. And I want to use the item's ability.
Okay.
So basically for the audience, this little dragon friend is considered a lantern of revealing. I can essentially have it shed bright light in a 30-foot radius, dim light for an additional 30, and visible creatures and objects are visible in the light, in the bright light.
Okay.
Is there anything invisible?
Yes. Standing behind your new companion, Beartooth, is what looks like kind of a very ethereal looking old man. He has like long, gnarly fingers and his eyes are wide open. They never seem to blink. And there is also like a third eye in the middle of his forehead. And he seems to be having like like his arms are resting on top of Beartooth's hands. And he seems to be like trying to guide them as to what is going on. You can just see this. It's very, very faint and very, very ethereal. Does it really feel like the kind of school of anything?
No, it just makes it visible. As long as it's within the light.
Yeah, it's visible as something very, very ethereal.
Greff hand like slowly drifts towards his sword, like, and he starts like eyeing Ivoris, like, Hey,
Beartooth?
Yes.
What is that?
He kind of looks behind and he sees the old man with three eyes, and he kind of starts back a little bit. It's like, hello? Wow, it's been a very long time. And you see the creature's mouth moving, but he's not saying anything audible. And he's like, yes, well, they're just friends. They're just, I say friends, clients, really. Just trying to learn a little bit about the missing thing. If you could just give me a little hand here. And he kind of looks back and says, this is my guide. He moves my hands and helps me to figure out the future, helps me to divine things.
I'm bad at insight, but I want to know if that's true.
Sure.
Just on a limb here. Oh, that's a nat 20. That's a 22.
He is being pretty genuine.
Oh, okay. All right. So Arawn's just going to give a nod and be like, okay, I can understand that. All right. He whispers in Infernal and saying, close, and the mouth shuts.
Thank you. He doesn't really like being revealed in a way, but he understands some people are skeptics and non-believers.
To be honest, it was also kind of a good first test. I haven't tested this little guy out yet. Scratch.
You should probably give him a name. Make him easier to find if you lose him.
I do have a name for him. I just haven't told anybody yet. Nobody asked.
Ah, well, I'm asking.
His name is Zin. X-I-N.
Zin. Ah, what an adorable name. Anyway, let's focus on your things. Okay.
I have to ask, does anybody know Infernal in this group?
No.
Does Beartooth
I had to
know?
look because Yanti are abyssal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Beartooth know Infernal?
You don't know.
Oh, because I will put it out
answering
there. Because there is meaning behind the name, but if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't appear to know.
Okay. Then nobody knows.
He pulls the orb towards him, and he begins to move his hands over it, and just his eyes suddenly get super focused. Like the pupils just get massive, almost completely eclipsing his irises. And his hands are there and they're very static, and you see like very small sparks emit from his fingertips as he looks into the mist within the orb. You guys don't see anything appearing. You don't see anything at all. It's just an orb filled with mist. But the way his eyes are moving, the way they're darting from side to side, he is clearly seeing something. Now, what he is seeing, I need to roll a d20 for.
Ooh.
His eyes clear, and you see like him kind of like shake himself a little, and you see the hairs on his arms just kind of like sprout up just a little. And he looks at you and he says, yes, of course. Now, I'm not 100% sure what everything means, but I saw a waterfall. And it fell into something beautiful and fell out of the cliff. Perhaps there's something downstairs. I also saw the pickaxe you were talking about. Possibly a bar.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Downstairs?
Run that all by me again, but slower, please.
Okay, right. So let me start this again. I saw the following images.
Okay.
I saw a waterfall.
Okay.
I saw it going into someplace beautiful. And I saw water falling out of a cliff. Which I think may be the thing it refers to here. I hope so, anyway. I saw that. I saw a small silhouette of a woman. And she was happy for the first time in her life. You could tell there were smiles and there were flowers everywhere. It was gorgeous. I saw mist inside of a gem. I saw many gems. I saw 3 gems. And I saw them broke apart across, 3 gems spread across the earth. Spread across Bikron. Yeah, that's all I saw, really.
Not a lot of that makes sense.
It's down to interpretation, you see. I only have limited information. I know about the construct. I would assume the construct is possibly somewhere with a waterfall or near a waterfall. Possibly near this very happy and ecstatic female figure. I don't know exactly, just short. That's about all I have, really. If I knew more about the situation, then perhaps I could give a more complete reading, but I have got nothing more than that. My friend and I have nothing more. Reading the future is difficult now that Savras has gone. But yes, if I had more information, then I could probably interpret things differently, but that's all I have, really. Now, you said this is valuable information.
Right.
Not that I am charging you per se, but a healthy donation to the spirits and my ability to keep doing this would be very appreciated.
How much money do I have? Ivoris pulls out 20 gold and tries to figure out if that is enough. Judging by his reaction, I'll watch his reaction.
As you
keep pulling money out, his eyes just get wider and wider.
Yeah.
Okay, it's enough.
I was gonna say when you're up to 20, Greff's gonna put his hand on your.
Because usually he tips 10 gold, so this is a
yeah, that's true. He doesn't know anything about money.
Yeah.
Well, that's certainly good enough.
I want to say when he has piled up once he hits 10, Greff thinks he's gonna stop, but he keeps going. And when he stops, finally, Greff moves 10 gold to the man and leaves the other 10 behind. Just
well, if this is how wonderfully you pay, I'm sure that's he kind of looks over his shoulder and then looks back. He's like, I'm sure that we can do something else for the other 10. I mean, supplies aren't cheap, and occasionally I need to replace things.
Perhaps we can inquire about the other thing as well.
We definitely should.
His eyebrows raise and you see a little money glint in his eyes. As the 10 gold you put on the table is disappeared.
Greff's gonna lean in on the table a little bit and the next thing we're gonna ask you about does not leave this room.
Oh, and he leans forward, hands together, and he's like, now that sounds more up my alley.
We need to know what something does. Something that we're looking for.
Something does. Pray tell more.
We need to learn more information about a magical orb of sorts. And Ivoris describes the thing that we're looking for that was stolen from the man.
Oh, you're talking about the alchemist stone.
I am less interested in the people and more interested in why the stone is important.
Oh, the stone.
The alchemist
I don't
stone?
even need Yes, I don't even need to give you a reading for this. These things are very fabled. Some of the more important alchemist places and guilds and those sorts. They have these. They're rare, but they have them. They're far too expensive for paupers like myself, but they're alchemist stones. They are focuses for exceptionally powerful potions or transmutations, if you will. It's a stone that has been to all the planes in our existence. It's clearly made here. It's travelled to Cicero, to Bellum, to the Stalking Plane. It's travelled to the Sentinel Plane.
Could it be tied to a god?
No, not so much. It's just a stone that has to have been to all of those places and been heavily blessed and prepared and such. But it's exceptionally powerful magic. The rumours are once they are tied to an alchemist in this life, if they are very attuned to it when they die, the stone needs to be refreshed.
God damn it.
You're welcome, Arch.
What did he just figure out?
I think a certain someone somewhere.
I figured it out. Wow, Jesus, I feel like I felt
I'm still behind.
We know one other alchemist. I swear to God, if Kythea dies.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't figured anything out except for...
No, but he's basically been given what would you call it? Like a Deadman switch to Kythea.
If she dies, that stone becomes fucking useless.
It just has to be recharged.
Anyway.
And there's only one other alchemist we know, and he's kind of an asshole.
She kind of told you that. She said that the light would die in that when she died.
She did. The recharge part is the part where I'm going, God fucking damn it.
I ain't doing
so we'll need another one.
Yeah, but now you don't have
dies.
a useless stone. It just means you need to recharge it.
Right, with the guy that doesn't like me for doing my job.
Because you interrogated the fuck out of him.
All right.
That poor innocent man.
Yeah.
Greff's gonna pick up the bag of chicken bones, I think you said.
Yeah, they're kind of like knuckle bones and like looking at it like chicken feathers. Like these are probably humanoid sentient knuckle bones. Yeah.
Greff's gonna like pick up one and like turn it over in his fingers and like, we're looking for a person that currently is holding one of those stones.
Stolen. But we would like to know who stole it and if they had a good reason. We're trying to figure out
who they are,
times
where they are
sensitive. Gods have died, and more might. And
yes, and that is a
powerful
concern.
things need to be in the right hands right now. We have been tasked with finding this, and we would like to know that whoever has it is, those right hands that we're looking for. What could it be used for?
Well, let me
Is
have
it
a
a
think.
personal item? Can it be used by multiple people?
It could be used by multiple people, yes. The stone could be used by, pretty much anyone. Say if an alchemist bonds to it, it's more powerful for them. Use it as much as a wizard will use a wand as a focus, that sort of thing. Let me have a think. You can use the stone to create a variety of important relics and artifacts, really, that can do some horrific damage.
So we should be concerned. Great.
Yes, but they can also be used to give life to things that have no life. I heard a tale back in the day of one of these stones being used in a ritual to give something life, to give something a soul.
Ivoris slowly turns his head and looks at Arawn.
Arawn has that. Arawn has the same face I'm making, where it's like the,
But it does use the stone up. You'd have to make an entirely new one.
Well, I guess what that leaves is finding out more about the thief or the victim of the theft.
Well, for 10 gold, I can do either.
How about we make it 15 and you give both?
That seems like a... Wait, no, that sounds like a persuasion check.
Sure. Not great at those.
Excellent.
14. Not terrible.
I call it 18 and we'll call that a deal.
Sure. Arawn will put
Excellent.
the extra 8 in.
Okay.
Wait, do you know anything
Okay.
about Erkin Warhite?
Who? You
Greff,
may need to refresh my memory.
Yeah, Greff kind of like looks around and then like, wait, oh Jesus, there's a
Erkin?
person. Yeah, it's the goblin that's looking up on that's following Ivoris.
Oh, yeah, I gave him a real dumb name, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Now,
Oh, I remember what it actually means in German. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Erkin Warhite? Yeah, Greff just like, can you look up that person too?
For another 8 gold.
8 gold? What is this
Yes.
scam?
I'm pulling out
Scam.
8 gold.
I literally have a spirit assisting me. This isn't a scam. I'm a true purveyor of secrets, of
I've
investigating
taken
things I
gold off my
shouldn't.
character sheet now.
Great personal risk, Greff. Great personal
Cha-ching,
risk.
cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
If people knew that I was spying upon them and
Sorry, the
and
coins are in front of you.
using-
They're right there.
Thank you. Well, that's enough for me. Just like scoops them in, like pulls them towards them, and then they just seem to disappear out of view, whether they've gone into a bag or a pocket or a sleeve or into the ether where his friend is hiding. Who knows? Okay.
I love how his spirit friend is just helping him make money. Like, that's all he's there for. That's all he's doing. Just, hey, bud.
I'm
help me
sure
get
he
rich.
like.
I know money's not a thing for you, but like, I want it. Can you help me?
I mean, listen, if I was deceased and I
can you
had a
imagine
friend,
if Raw
like,
Spectre for money?
I'm sure he like.
But to be fair, like if you're a spectre who could see into the future a little bit and you were just bored, like, do you know what? I'm gonna help this guy out. He seems kind of funny.
I'm sure he pays him back. He like kills an apple every now and then, and the Spectre can eat it in the ethereal plane.
What I'm getting is that Spectres have a lot of free time.
When it
Free
comes
job.
to Ral, yes.
That
Not
one
like
doesn't
he's
have
busy
any
collecting
free
someone
time.
else's soul right now.
full-time babysitting job.
He's having
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, he's got jobs to do, but he keeps putting them aside for Ral. So all these spirits are wandering around the stalking building like, hello, where's my spectre?
Spectre.
I'm so sorry. Someone gave me a lot of paperwork.
Last time I talked to him, he was grouchy V.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was nice.
Spectre loves you and you're adorable. Okay.
He always guilts me about
Right.
needing things.
Let's have a look at this this chap you're talking about. Describe him, anything you can help me with.
He's a short goblin, lives in oh fuck, I forgot the name of the town. Fuck.
Sylvana. I feel like you're from Sylvana.
He's a short goblin, lives in Sylvana, works as a investigator / cop / a pain in our ass. He likes gambling.
Well, that's super vague, but I'll give it a shot. He reaches out and takes the knuckle bone that you have taken out of the bag. And he holds onto the bag and he puts his hand in, and again you see his eyes go like super wide. You see like the hairs on the back of his hand and the back of his arm just like stand up on the end, and he just casts them onto the table just in front of you. And they fall in like almost slow motion, like bouncing waves. You can see a lot of magic happening here, and you see him focusing exceptionally hard. And as they kind of like bounce around and he reaches out and pulls them back together and like, looks at them again, he looks up and he says, has a gambling problem. It seems like someone's come to pay, the bones are insisting that something has to be paid back. Something has to stop. Yes, I'm seeing a big red aura of no, or stop, of don't do this. That's all I'm getting. He rolled like a 2 and a 1.
Okay, great.
Sorry.
No problem. Well, I'm good. I mean, fine. How about
Gambling problem.
How about Kania? Oh yeah, I never it filled you in another match. Greff, when you said it, Greff was like, "Yeah, gambling problem."
Doing the beard stroke, same as you. Wait, does Greff have a beard? No, right?
I'm
No.
gonna be so upset.
No,
with
Greff
you.
doesn't have a bit.
You're gonna be so mad at me, and
He's
you're
gonna be so angry
proud.
at him. You guys are gonna be so angry at him.
All
Stop.
Kania Bisdotter.
Oh yes, I know her.
What?
Lovely lady. Yes, a lot of people know Kania, and she's rather just taken up recently with this lovely, lovely Goliath lady. Much bigger than you.
Very tall. Yeah, wait,
Yes,
where are they
yes.
hanging out right now?
Well, I don't. You may want me to have to give you back the call, but I don't really wish to tell you. They are mostly good people.
Oh, I'm sure they are, but good people sometimes do dumb things, and karma, and Greff is gonna like start pushing down on the chicken bone that he was playing with earlier. Karma tends to bite people in the ass, and like I'm imagining it's a bit long, and he's just gonna snap it with his finger.
Roll an intimidation check. I'm going to warn you, it's quite high. This guy is clearly attached to these two.
All right. Can I say that I get used to my strength instead of charisma for my intimidation? It's just a +2, basically.
Sure, fuck it. Yeah, whatever.
All right.
It seems fair.
That's a 26. I rolled a 19.
For the listeners, V has just taken her headphones off. She is now putting them back on. She has a very sour look on her face.
Well, I don't want my wishbone stabbed. So how about I just tell you where I think they are, shall we?
That would be lovely.
Last I heard, Kania and her new lady friend had set up somewhere within the cliffs, quite far down, muchly in hiding. Last I spoke to them, I saw boats in their future. I saw like drow, but they weren't speaking our language.
They're leaving.
Why? I would think so.
Son of a bitch.
I don't believe they've left yet. I haven't seen any boats since I saw them last, but I know that there are a couple of boats incoming fairly soon.
Greff stands up and is about gets himself ready to leave, and then he kind of hesitates, turns around wait, why do you like them?
They're good people, you said?
Yes. Kania she's very powerful. She's very lonely, very sad though. Had a lot of loss in her life. And she just wanted to help people, and she took up with, well, as she explained it, she took up with what she thought was the right people and then turned out to be the wrong people. So she decided that she didn't want that anymore. And then she found Karsus, and they seem very happy together. I know there's something wrong with Karsus, something isn't right. Yes, my friend is telling me there's something very wrong with her. It's not correct. But yes, I'd rather like to see them happy. What are you intending to do? Please don't kill them. A lot of people would be unhappy. A lot of people are, frankly, but trying to hide them. Do you suspect they have this stone you were looking for?
We know they do.
Oh. Yes, I see why you probably need to find them.
And we know the person whose stone that is. And that person is a powerful person who already wants my head on a pike.
I'm sure that's just hyperbole.
No,
The phone just moves to a no precision.
it breaks further. Yeah. I understand why you feel like you may have to go after them, but perhaps you lose them. Just let them be. Kino won't be any problem, I'm sure.
We are not overly attached to our employers, but things will need to be covered in some way or another, so we will at least need to have a conversation with them and figure out what our options are.
Well, I think I've given you all I want to give you, really. That's all I feel comfortable with saying.
Perhaps you might be able to do something to make this more favorable for both sides. If you're friends
lay it
with
on me.
them,
Let's see what happens. Go on then.
if you're friends with
What's
them,
your proposal?
they're friends with you. You guys like each other. Why not make an introduction and let us be straightforward with them and have them be straightforward with us so that we can just lay all the cards, pardon the joke, on the table?
I appreciate the joke. Very clever.
We're not murderers. We're not assassins. We're not here to normally kill anybody.
You see him just like raise an eyebrow in disbelief, but it almost instantly disappears again. Like it's that kind of like, well, that's bullshit, and immediately it disappears again back to his normal greed. I tell you what, I will find a way of contacting them. Just to give them the situation and ask them to meet you. And it also doubles as a warning if they decide they don't actually wish to talk to you. So I'm happy either way.
If it helps.
I will do my best to paint you in a generous light. I mean, 28 gold isn't bad.
We don't want
You're right,
things to go bad, but as you said, these things are powerful.
Yes, they are.
As I said, I would like to know why the thief took it. And I would like to know what the person who had it to begin with intended on using it for.
Well,
Like I said, I would like to know whose hands to put it in. That's all.
of course. Just tell me where you would like them to potentially meet you.
You mentioned they were hiding underground. Would they know
Yes,
of
they
a
are.
bar with a waterfall running through it?
Well,
In an old school.
I will give them that info. I personally don't know of this. I have never been to that sort of place, and I've seen visions of waterfalls and whatnot, but going exploring down there is probably a little beyond me. There's a lot of dead things down there. I don't know what to do with
They
that.
know about it.
Yes, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I will give them a message and have them potentially either meet you there or leave you a message or something. But if you don't hear back from them, please don't come looking for me. I have nothing more to do with this once I pass on the message.
Sure. What are the odds that they're trying to leave tonight?
Well, I can see whether there's a tide coming in. Because if there isn't a tide coming in, I don't think a boat will be coming in. Just give me a moment. And they reach out back for the knuckle bones, and you see them again just like have this hyper-aware situation of what's going on. And they just throw them in the air and they catch them back in the same hand. And they're like, not this evening. At least not today. The boat's not due to come in for another... Well, the bones are either telling me 2 or 3 days. I'm not really sure.
Inside
And you see... Okay, sure.
20.
They are telling the truth.
All
This
right.
is what they are reading.
All right. I've been holding my tongue here because I thought he was bullshitting us. It was great that he finally said something I could really incite.
I think you look lovely inside that.
I look like shit, and we all know that.
Don't lie to my face.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. No, welcome.
We have plenty of time to chat and not to panic then. And we will hope that they get in contact with us before we have to go looking for them forcefully.
Of course.
Like Greff mentioned, we aren't exactly friends with the gentleman looking for the thing that was stolen.
I will make sure I convey as much of that as I possibly am able to. Well, I guess I get myself moving then. Please,
Right,
just leave.
Yep.
Thank you.
Second time tonight that's happened. Have a good night. Farewell.
If you'd leave, please.
If you would kindly
mind
get
buggering
out.
off. Bugger off. I can get on with my job. Thank you. As you guys, yep.
I want to say when Greff leaves the last, he turns around and gives them a look, a poignant look, just reminding that person I can destroy whatever you have in this house. It's a little imitation, don't fuck with us.
V.
Yes. What?
I want to cast a spell.
Neil, I'm prepared for this.
Uh-huh.
Go on then. What are you casting?
Locate object.
Oh.
God fucking damn it.
Describe an object that is familiar to you. You can sense the direction of the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, this spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. So he can find just alchemist stones.
All right, so your range,
to be a rare item.
Your range is 3 football fields.
Yeah, it's not incredibly.
It's not huge. I just need to check what 1,000 feet were.
3 football
What the fuck
fields,
is this?
concentration up to 10 minutes.
About a block or two of a town.
Yeah.
How I would probably.
And
think
roll
you.
for kobold.
All right, roll for kobold. You want the kobolds, you want your 28 gold back, don't you?
You mean the 28 gold that's going to disappear again?
No. The 28 gold he brings back is real gold.
It's a D10.
Face seals.
Yes, please. It's the rain of gold you need to watch out for.
Right.
6.
A 6.
Is it the kobold again?
No. Ivoris, as you cast this spell, as you try to locate an alchemist stone within 1,000 feet of you, 3 football fields is a block.
This is the first time I've done this, V.
No, you don't
Just trying
detect
something
it
new,
within
V.
a block. And it's beautiful and adorable. I'm so happy. But what he does manage to locate, however, is a new language. Pick a random language.
What?
Someone
Pick
yell a
a
random
random
language.
language.
Sylvan.
No, I don't have Sylvan here. It's just Sylvan.
Primal.
Primordial.
Primordial.
Okay.
I think it should be a roll, maybe. Is there like a language?
Does someone have the handbook on them or available?
I can
I
look it up
know
real
pretty
quick.
much all the goblin.
Otherwise, I could. Yeah. Otherwise, I could use this strategically.
All right, no, let's make it totally random, shall we? D and D 5e languages. There's technically 22 plus Thieves' Cant. So roll a d20. I'm just going to ignore Thieves' Cant because that's no, let's not do that.
18.
18. Roll again.
What? No, give me Primordial. Fuck you.
No, just have Primordial. It's on Sylvan. I'm not giving him an Elvish. Fuck that. I wanted to say Elvish if you could let us fucking Elvish. On a 5, technically you learn Common, so I'm going to give you Discora Common.
Oh,
Okay.
how long?
24 hours, you know Discora and Common.
But does he know?
It said
he
Common,
knows
and it
this
literally,
or
the first letters in there is like human and halfling. I'm like, yeah, it's got to be Discora Common. Nothing else. All right, you now know Discora Common. Like you walk out and the spell doesn't find anything, and you kind of like accidentally swear in another language. There you go. You just now know that you can speak with anyone from Discora, provided they speak Common in Discora. All right, there you go. Good job, man.
It does last for 10 minutes.
It lasts for 24 hours.
The
locate objects last for 10 minutes.
Oh, the locate object, yes, 10 minutes.
So
yeah.
while we're walking,
motor. Okay. What do you guys want to do now?
Do we want to sprint towards the what was it, the root of the mountain, the cliffside, to try to get some of your 10-minute spell work?
we run back to the bar school.
It's gonna take 2 hours.
Is it a 2 hour? I thought it was
2 hours to get all the way down there.
Yeah, by using the inverted comma shortcut, it's 2 hours. I'd love for someone to do the math and figure out actually how high this cliff is, but I'm not that nerdy. Yeah, it would be smarter to cast it when you're back down in the bar area. Because like if that's like a good level to start looking on, that'd be the time to start casting locate, because like doing it like partway down a staircase is probably a dumb idea. Yeah, like from the knowledge you have, that would probably be the best course of action.
Yeah, if we're done, we'll go down there.
Okay.
But are we done?
Yeah, I guess we're done.
Hang on, I'm doing math.
I'm not a fan of this motherfucker.
No.
I think he's gonna fuck us.
He has been nothing but honest with your 26, almost natural 20 fucking insight rolls.
Okay.
Perception shit.
So,
Bastards.
according to my math, which is probably a little bit off because I'm rounding here, according to my math, 2 hours of stair climbing essentially equates to about 288 flights or floors, which would be the equivalent of 2,880 feet.
So that would be a total.
So basically, that's actually half
like-
a mile.
So we
Yeah.
can see like a third
That's
of the
fine.
trip.
That's perfect. Yes, there should be far more. So that's fine. That's good. I'll go with that. All right. So you guys are going to make your way back to the bar.
Yeah, I guess. We want to make sure we're there. If what's her name? Millhook is there.
If Millhook is there, and apparently the fucking missing robot might.
If all of the
there.
people that we're looking for are there, then yes. In the place you found accidentally, yes.
What I'm hearing is we're gonna walk in, and Millhook's gonna be standing there wearing the construct as a giant suit of fucking armor.
I'm starting to see why V, when you found this place, she was like, this was supposed to take a long time.
All roads were supposed to there were supposed to be small clues from each of these interactions. This guy was supposed to give you a clue about finding a place. The Lathander guy gave you a clue through a different place. Like the barkeep was going to give you a different clue. There was like the feral.
Well, fuck
goddamn
your
tabaxi
clues.
gave
I
you
got
another
natural
fucking
20s.
clue. Fucking hate you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. All right, you guys
love
make your way
us.
back down to the bar. I love each and every one of you in your own way.
I want to build a new.
You guys make your way down towards the bar. It takes you a couple of hours, as you would expect. The sun is basically dipped down below the horizon now. Today is probably not your day to meet Millhook. And you go down to the bar. The old man, Canton Shadowfist, is... Did I call him Shadowfist? I don't think I did.
Canton.
I did.
You did.
Yes. Canton Shadowfist is still sitting at the bar. He's on the other side of drunk. He's definitely getting there. The little goblin chap is still happily pouring drinks. There is also a young gnome who is sitting at the bar, and they seem to be swapping stories, or rather listening to the old man Canton talking tales of his bravery back in the day. Do any of you speak Gnomish?
Nope. Ooh. I do the thing.
What
Is
thing?
it Discord common gnome?
No.
No, he's speaking Gnomish,
God damn.
which can be on either continent.
Arawn, just as they're walking in, I guess especially hearing a different language, he's going to test out his other magic thing and do a little turn on the metal pieces that are wrapped around his horns, and it activates comprehend languages.
Oh.
I forgot you had this.
And I can do that as many times as I want.
The young goblin chap sitting at the bar, who on first inspection would think, oh, he's just trying to get old tales out of the old man sitting at the bar. As you guys like jump through the waterfall to have, oh no, you guys would come from the other way. As you guys walk into the bar, you see the young goblin lad. He's basically, and Ivoris be very familiar, he's definitely wearing like a sailory type outfit. He clearly works on boats. You can see like the callus is beginning to form on his very small hands. His skin is quite like weather beaten even for such a young age. And they're talking in Gnomish. And when you walk into the bar, you hear Canton saying in fluent Gnomish, oh man, I hate you so much.
It's almost like you fucked me over with languages in a different campaign.
I didn't fuck you over the other languages. I mean, the book was written in all the languages.
Does anybody speak...
It's not my fault.
Does anybody speak Infernal or Celestial? No? All right, well, that sucks.
Sucks to be you. Does anyone speak a really obscure dialect of Dragonborn? No, well, never mind.
Anyone speak a language from a continent no one knows about? No? Just me?
Yeah, that one. Does anyone speak like especially encrypted Aimer? No, apparently not. Anyway, you comprehend languages.
I love you, V.
As you walk in, I love you too. I love stupid stuff. Like I act like I'm annoyed, but as a part of me, it's just like, well played, guys. Well played. Canton says, so the boat's coming up pretty late, right? Like tomorrow. You're definitely gonna get across there. And the boy's like, well, yeah, of course it's gonna get across there. It's be pretty dangerous, and people think that there might be a storm coming. Oh, it looks like we got visitors. And he looks over at you three walking in.
Does this motherfucking gnome have a burn scar on their face?
They do not.
All right. Then Greff like instantly eases off as soon as he can see that, and just walks up to the bar and like knocks on the table like, come on. I've been here for a whole 2 seconds.
Greff! Oh, darling, it has been a very long time since, well, good this morning. How's your day been? I heard you got a bit of a butt kicking this morning. Absolutely anything I can make you, sweetheart.
Yes. Ale. Just bottle of ale. Come on.
Ale? Really, Greff? Come on, darling, sweetie, honey.
I swear to Christ, if you use two
An
more...
ale?
Yes. On ale. Why are you so difficult? You're by far the worst barkeep
Greff.
I've ever had to interact with.
They sort of like turn on the spot and just like click like, you have not. Oh my God, I can't. You went there. All right, Greff, if you just want an ale, have an ale. It's going to go straight to your thighs. That's all I can say. And they pour you an ale and they put it on the table. That'll be 1 silver.
Son of a bitch. When did you start charging?
The moment I was told I was a terrible barkeep. And apparently terrible barkeeps charge.
Well, the worst ones do. Yeah, you're right. Greff like rolls a coin onto the table and it goes like, wait, yeah, you're barkeep. What do you... I need a really good barkeep. Why do you hang out here?
Are you offering them a job?
Maybe.
Yes, I'm rather confused.
Maybe.
I'll tell you what, just take your ale, and then I will just take my silver, and then you can apologise to me however you think you should, Greff, because you've been exceptionally rude to me today.
I think you're right there.
I don't want to hear it, Greff. I don't want to hear it, darling.
I'm agreeing with you. Stop
Greff?
drinking.
Go away. Ivoris, please come sit.
Hello.
What can I make you?
I'm afraid to say. Whatever surprised me.
Oh, I can do that very well. Okay. And what about you, Arawn? Something a little cheeky for this point in the evening?
Something that'll burn? Sounds great.
Something that will burn. Right up my alley. They go off and they make a beautiful concoction of essentially it looks like water that they hand out and put in front of Arawn. But you can see very tiny little like almost motes of fire within it, and it's super hot. This thing burns like lava, and just like it's one of those things that you don't know if you should sip like a fine whiskey or just neck like Jaeger. It's one of those. And for Arawn, they just make something very similar to what they made this morning. For Ivoris, but very similar to what they made in the morning. But this one actually has alcohol in it. And they serve those to you. The Canton and the gnome are still talking, but very, very quietly, as if they don't want to be overheard.
I'm trying to overhear.
Take a perception check.
15.
So it's going to get me back to where I want to come from, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, if that's what you want, I mean, it's really dangerous and it's going to take a couple of months. And we've got to take a pit stop next to, the place up north. Well, I've got to make a pit stop. We've got to make a pit stop. But I've got a few things I've got to tie off here. I've got a student I've got to deal with now. But that's not our problem. The sea's going to go when the sea's going to go. That's basically what you pick up. Guys, I did it. I spoke to myself.
Impressive.
Thank you.
And once again, it was invoked by me.
Son of a bitch.
As per the usual.
As per usual.
Okay. Okay, I'll address that at some point. But for now, Arawn is sipping at his drink.
Greff.
Yeah.
I would like to apologize again for earlier. The mind control thing.
No biggie. Sorry, just real quick. Did I resist that or did he catch me?
You resisted.
You resisted.
Yeah.
But he did.
I know. Okay, I just wanted to remember what Greff's memory of it was. If you had hit him, Greff would be a lot less friendly about it. But yeah, Greff's just like, oh yeah, no problem. It's
I mean, you should have listened. The advice I was giving was right, but I didn't mean for it to be magical. I did. I did it, but I shouldn't have. And I make it a point not to do that to people that I trust. And I got a bit something.
Overzealous, excited, lost in the moment. I think I can identify with that.
I don't know what it was. I'm not good at identifying those things.
Greff gives you a hearty clap on the back and kind of just leans in like, it's okay. You were trying to help me. I don't hate you for that. Even if the help you tried to give me was forceful.
I'm glad. But I still make it a point not to. Saras told me that the guidance that I gave the world would make a difference. And I don't intend for that guidance to be forceful. That is wrong.
I can see that. Yeah. Greff kind of just leans back and chucks like a good sip of his beer.
Ale.
And then kind of comes back and like, you know what? I should have listened. You're not wrong.
I guess we both have some emotional things to try to ignore or figure out. Either way.
I fear I may have left a bad impression with my master.
Then maybe you should fix it.
How do you propose I do that? You guys know me. I'm not good with words.
Well, generally, an apology, a promise to do better, and then a follow-up of actually doing what you promise.
Why don't you buy him a beer?
That's a good start.
He's in the middle of a conversation. Isn't that rude?
I don't know.
Just
It's what I think that I would see you do if you irritated someone under any other circumstance. What makes this different?
Because if he doesn't accept the beer, it means a lot. I need this.
And then you'll know how hard you have to try.
Yes, you're right. And he sloshes back what's left of the ale and stands up and walks over to the bar.
As you walk over, Jankiso just like turns around with their back to you and just like starts to perform magic at the other end of the bar.
What is names lost? What is Canton drinking? Can I tell?
He's drinking some sort of like brownish spirit.
Can I see anything that looks like that in a bottle close by?
Oh yeah. There's like rum and whiskey everywhere, dude.
Ooh. All right, Greff's gonna like lean over the table. Sorry, I've lost the name of the goddamn bartender. What's the name?
Jankiso.
Jank Kisso.
Jan
Kisso. Okay.
Jankiso.
Greff's gonna like lean over the bar like, Jan.
I'm sorry, I can't hear that. I'm the worst barman.
Oh, that's too bad. As Greff like leans and starts like grabbing the bottle.
he's like performing magic at the other end, and take a sleight of hand check. Fuck you, man.
Oh, Greff is like locked the eyes at the back of their head. 17.
That's
unfortunate.
What is your plus? That's pretty good.
I've just been rolling relatively high today.
Yeah,
yes, today's the only time you guys have been rolling high.
Do you not remember how my fight with Canton went? I missed like every fucking hit.
Oh, I was so happy with that. They don't hear the taking of the bottle or anything. Like, you do that like super quietly. Just like you managed to ease it out of place. Like, what do you want, Greff?
I want to pay for my drink and I want to apologize.
They turn around with a bit of a flair, and they kind of like almost like strut along to the end of the bar. They pull themselves up to their as tall as they could get. They're pretty sure they're still a goblin, but yeah. And they look up at you. Yes.
I would like whatever Canton is drinking. 2 glasses, please. And I want to say that those shoes look great.
I still didn't hear an apology, Greff.
And I'm sorry that we have not agreed today that I'm... Wait, I need to start over.
Yes, you do.
Those are really good shoes. I'm sorry I didn't praise them earlier.
I don't think Arawn or Ivoris are hiding their amusement.
Take a persuasion check. It may even be that Canton and the boy gnome is probably laughing at this terrible apology also.
Arawn is busting out in the corner. He's dying.
20 persuasion.
Oh my god. Roll 20.
They lean up on tiptoes and they like kiss the side of her cheeks like, apology is accepted. And these shoes look great on me, don't they? Okay, what does he want? I will get you the Canton thing. They go off and they pour like, it's just straight whiskey. You can smell it as soon as they pour it, and they put it back on. It's like, this is the oldest and the nicest. I have a feeling you probably have other apologies to make too, don't you?
I do.
They reach out and like put the hand on like your cheek and give it a good pinch, and like a bit of like, just do your best. You're a handsome chap. You've got this. Go on, forget.
There's like a genuine like 2-second cool off after they stop touching Greff, where he's like, don't hit them. All right, I'll take the glasses. Walk away.
As you walk away, if Ivoris and Arawn are looking at Jankiso, you just see like their ears like twitch a little bit, and they're like, I'm so happy. Like you get that kind of like wiggle out of them as they continue their bar duties.
Finally, somebody recognized my new nice shoes.
I've been wearing these for days.
They're not even new anymore.
My calves look fantastic and nobody's noticed. No, like They're happier. You've mended some sort of fence with them. A fucking 20 persuasion. All right, you have 2 very good whiskeys.
All right, I'm assuming that as soon as I grab the glasses and start moving over to Canton, the 2 of them pretend they weren't laughing at me? Or do they not even have the sense to stop laughing in my face?
No. I don't think anyone in this bar has the sense to stop laughing at you.
Then Greff like moves over to them and like sits on the stool next to Canton, like, good evening, master? Greff looks up the waterfall like, yeah, probably evening.
What do you want, Greff?
I wanted to give you this whiskey glass.
He kind of has almost like a pained, confused look on his face as he takes the whiskey. He's like, thanks, boy. What's this made of?
It's what Janice?
So
yeah, he said this is what you like, but and Greff brings it up to his nose, but it smells like straight whiskey, so I think they might be fucking with me.
No, I like mine just straight out of the ball, preferably. But apparently, Jankiso demands some sort of class in the bar.
Well, they sure bring enough for everybody, don't they?
Yeah.
I wanted to apologize. And Greff is definitely not making eye contact at this moment. He's looking up at some shelf.
For what?
I may have lost my temper this morning and proceeded to fight you in less than classic ways. I went for dirty tactics, which is my go-to.
He puts the drink on the bar and he seems to be pondering his phrasing, and he says, we used to teach a lot of things at this school. Some were classic rapier techniques, some were sneaking out with daggers, using opportunities. Some people like you, just very good at fighting dirty. It's not something we want to teach, because we want to teach skills. Something that will eventually, through training and practice, become part of those instincts. You fight solely on your instincts, lad. And as much as that served you very well, because you are very strong, one day you will come across someone who's actually skilled at fighting against that. I took it a bit easy on you. I didn't fight in my best environment. I tend to strike from the shadows, that sort of thing. You know, I'm filthy in as I don't even give him a chance. Your style, one-on-one, is giving someone a chance. I try and avoid that. I'm not as strong as you, but you are gifted with being strong. I needed to know what you could do, and you showed me that by losing your shit. You've got potential, kid. Don't get me wrong, son. You've got a lot of potential, but you need to calm the fuck down. You need to spar a bit more. People are actually able to deal with your strength or something like that. You've got to figure out and learn whenever you make a dicey move like chucking someone in a fucking river that's going out over a cliff. Might want to have a bit more situational awareness. There are things that I could teach you, but there's a chance this was accidentally the wrong time for me to get a pupil. I might be gone in a day or two.
You can hear, like, I'm assuming these are like kind of glassy cups that we have the whiskey in.
Yeah, they're like classic glass, yeah.
You can hear like the strain of the glass as he says that. Like, Greff is like squeezing the cup now, like, oh. Yeah, leaving so soon, are you?
Yeah. I need you to make a straight charisma check for me, please.
Straight charisma.
Yes, please.
14.
Look, son, these ain't my lands. And I want to go home. This is going to be the last shot my old bones are ever going to take to go home.
Okay.
I can't take you with me.
I don't want to go with
Sorry
you.
about that.
Clearly, you don't have the talent to teach me, do you?
Now, Greff, I've been pretty friendly so far. I'm not above punch you in the mouth right now. And ending all this conversation, I've got no worry or guilt about leaving behind a potentially very good student. I don't want it to come to that. I'm too tired for this shit, Greff. I'll teach you what I can over the next 2 days. You'll pick it up.
Greff stands up, leaving the class behind, and walks out through the waterfall.
Okay. What are y'all doing?
Greff's just cooling off, basically.
Ivoris is probably aware of this and lets it happen and cast locate object. Actually, I'm going to go in the other room and do that because shit can get wild, and I forgot about that. So I'm going to go in the other... Well, actually, everyone here has actually seen that because I've already done... Have I?
Nope.
Did I not?
I think you have in front of Canton, but the barkeep and the gnome kid, no.
Well, I shouldn't make them aware of the fact that I'm casting magic anyways, so I'm going to go in the other room anyways and do locate object.
Which other room are you referring to?
The room that we were sleeping in.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
The room that's pretty adjacent to them.
All right. Roll a d10, please.
4.
I need to know where everyone else is.
Oh no!
Did you?
I know that Greff is on the other side of the waterfall.
I was still sitting at the table drinking my fire water.
All right, I need to check up one thing.
What is happening, B?
All alcohol within a 100-foot radius suddenly explodes. Roll 50d6.
All alcohol turns into pure cyanide.
It's fine. You feel upon yourself like no matter what you say, you are forced to tell the truth.
Son of a bitch.
You've cast Zone of Truth on yourself for like
Fuck.
10 minutes. You're the center of the Zone of Truth. Good job, dudes. It's okay. Everything's fine. You cast Locate Objects. It's essentially when you close your eyes, you focus on what this object is, an alchemist stone. You know its rough size, you know its rough shape, you know what it roughly looks like and what it can vaguely do. These will help you to get just like a tug in the back of your brain. And you know in that moment that it's a fair distance off, but it's away from the cliff face and it's down a small degree. It's not moving, but it seems to be, I don't know, the longer you kind of focus on it, you realize that it's beacon. It's like, this is what this is. It's beginning to like slowly fade. It's not going to happen instantly, but you can tell it's like a light bulb that's slowly losing power.
And how far would you say that it is?
It's almost on the edge of your pickup ability.
Okay. So like a block away on the other side of rock that I...
Yes,
okay.
Basically.
But I know the direction and...
Yes. Yeah, you could find it. Yeah, if
one
you were
might
to
say
take
you
it
have
for you.
located it.
Yes.
One has located it, yes.
I have located it. I casted the
Yes,
spell
you have in
to
fact
do
located it. It's on the edge of your locatability.
Okay. And it is not moving.
It is not moving.
Okay. I'm going to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go, psst.
Now, you need to know that Zone of Truth doesn't make you tell the truth so much, but it
No, I know, but you said I'm the center of it. Does that mean that the other people that...
Within 15 feet of you for the next 10 minutes, they are going to have to tell the truth or what.
So I'm going to have to avoid like a radius of people. Or they're going to know that I cast a magic.
Well, there's a saving throw.
You've done a magic.
I think it's like a charisma save.
No, not on this. Not on this. This is one of his weird abilities.
Who are you pissing at?
You!
What?
You're the only one at the bar. Greff is
I'm drinking.
outside. Hi. Can you get Greff? I've got a quick thing.
He's kind of brooding, I think.
I know. Well, okay. Let him brood for a minute. Could you come here?
Oh my god, okay. Takes the drink, walks over. Yeah.
Close the door.
Yep.
Boop. Hey, so...
Why are you being
And
late?
Ivoris points in the direction. The thing is there.
What thing? The robot?
No.
Nobody cares for the robot.
Well, I don't know if I could find that or not. But no. You know.
Oh, okay. You want to go get it now?
Well, we could. It is not moving. But we have found it.
Okay. Do you...
And do you think that we should make the move first or let them come to us? I think that making a peaceful move first
So
could demonstrate that we intend on holding true to our word and talking versus giving them the opportunity to not talk to us at all.
if you want, I can go scout it out.
No,
I can be sneaky when I need to.
I know. But I don't know if it's worth the risk of being caught, not because you would be in danger, but because if you were caught sneaking up on them, we might lose trust. We should probably approach them casually, normally.
All right.
Try not to spook them. They are in hiding.
Well,
We know how easily these people can be spooked.
and we know where they are if things go south.
Right. But it's only a matter of time before word gets around that someone is looking for someone in hiding, and they might get spooked.
Then we go after them.
Do you think Greff is ready?
Beats me. I mean, if we're not going after them right now, then he's got the whole night to brood and do whatever the hell.
So I should avoid going out there
Why?
because my magic did a thing.
Okay.
Could you...
Arawn looks around for kobold.
No. No. Okay.
He checks his coin purse.
All the money's still there.
Tell me...
What? I had to make sure that my money wasn't disappeared again.
Tell me how much money you have, but inflate the number.
Wait. Can you rephrase that in a way that makes
He's
sense?
telling you to lie about how much gold you have. Pretty simple.
Okay. I have 200 gold. Am I within the 15 foot? Am I allowed to say that?
If you're within 15 foot, no, you can't lie. You just feel like you're going to say 200, but you immediately tell that you can't, yeah.
Okay, then Arawn is standing there and goes, I have...
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, could you go get Greff? As long as he's on the other side of that waterfall, it makes quite a bit of noise. Perhaps you could quietly alert him of our situation.
Which part? About this?
The fact that we have found what we're looking for. Nothing more.
We don't need to tell him yet. Let's let him simmer and stew, and then we'll tell him later on when he's not so pissy.
Okay, so...
Just leave him be.
Okay.
I've had moments like that before. Best thing to do is let them kind of mull it over. And...
So, we're not going right now.
No. You were the one that was saying that we shouldn't go right now.
No, I was saying that we should.
I thought you were saying that we shouldn't go because we should approach peacefully.
No, we should go now, but we should not sneak up on them. We should walk to them like normal people would walk to normal people to have a conversation.
So you don't want to wait for the guy to deliver the message to them first?
He might have already done it, who knows? But that's what I was saying. If we wait till the message is delivered, they have a chance to react. We could choose now to be the first to react reasonably and show that we actually do have the good intent that we tried to deliver in the message to begin with.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, that works. All right, let me go get Greff then. Hang on.
Splash.
Sploosh. Hey, Greff.
I think Greff is doing like sword maneuvers that are a lot more like
Violent.
yeah, a lot more violent than normally. Like yeah, Greff's maneuvers are not elegant in any way, but this is just violent.
This is thrashing.
Yes. If he was 5-year-old, he would be doing the helicopter thing with his arms.
But he has a slightly more skilled version of the helicopter arms with long swords.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Greff. Greff.
Halfway through one of the things, he just kind of missteps and tumbles himself into the ground and just lies there like, yes, Arawn.
You good?
Mm-hmm. Fucking 7 heaven. I'm in Cicero right now. God, I love this. Love this.
I can tell.
You fuck.
Absolutely happiest person in the world.
Arawn goes over and offers a hand out to help him up.
Greff accepts it, and he does not do the jerky thing of like pulling you down because he is clearly heavier and stronger than you. He just accepts the hand. And you know he's pulled you down before.
But this one instance, he's not being a jerk.
He gets up.
That's good.
And like picks up his swords and starts putting them away. Like, yes. Come to laugh at me more?
No. So apparently, Ivoris was able to locate the thing.
The
like Arawn's like making like small sphere shape with his hand.
Okay, that's good. Let's go fuck them up. Yeah.
Well, no. Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on a second. Greff, hold on. All right, no. Maybe not tonight then.
Sorry.
Greff, you remember the part where we were sitting in the room there as you were apologizing to Kenton there? Okay.
Vividly.
Okay, you remember the part where he was saying that you need to work on the part where you're not so angry?
Yes.
Okay, you know what you're doing right now, right?
Well, I'm not strangling you, so I'm not doing what I want to do right now.
Okay, all right. Arawn takes like a step back. Listen, I'm not really one to lecture people on these sorts of things. But since we're working together, need to cut your like up here. I need you to be like kind of here. Like some of that you is okay, but you need to stop being all of and around like gestures. Like generally, you just all of this right now.
Right. You guys want to do the talky talk first.
We can't just go in and do the hitting thing. As much as I would love to get some target practice in, now's not the time.
Fine. You guys know best. Sorry for threatening you. Let's go talk to people. Love it.
Greff, if you really want, when all this is done, if you would like to have a sparring match with me and see how you fare against a ranged opponent, we can give that a try, because genuinely, I'm kind of curious too. That being said, if you go berserk on me, I have no qualms about shooting you off the fucking cliff.
Of course, but we both know that as soon as you're 15 feet in the air, I'm out. I can only throw my swords twice.
Which leads me back to the part where Canton was saying you need to figure things out against people that are good against you.
All right.
Arawn like gives like a tap on the side of his own head, like, you see what I'm saying here.
Fine. I like that. I like the sound of that. Yeah, I'd love to fuck you up. Yeah, let's do that.
That's not.
He claps you on the back and back starts working towards the fire, the waterfall, the firefall.
That sounds way more badass.
Blimey.
Okay, we go back inside.
I like
All right. Greff's World. You
That
guys
sounds like
make
a
your
really
way,
bad kids cartoon.
You guys make your way back to Ivoris. If you get within 15 feet of him, I want you two to be on a scout and not like lie. So yeah.
All right. Greff waits for Arawn to come through the waterfall because Ivoris is missing, and then he follows Arawn to Ivoris.
Yep. And we go into the room.
Hey, Greff.
Hey. So
Over this time, the locate object, what you're sensing is beginning to like fade quite rapidly.
Hasn't moved though.
It hasn't moved, but it is
Okay.
fading. Not necessarily because the spell is wearing out, but because the object it's getting weaker.
Not existing?
It's ceasing to be what you're looking for.
Oh.
motherfuckers.
Okay. Well, something is happening. It is losing something.
So maybe we should go now then. Now.
Well, the object is about to no longer be the object that we came here to get.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How do we get down there?
Follow me. Greff, I thought your conversation went well.
Thank you. I think it went exceedingly poorly. I know the word exceedingly, apparently.
Greff seems to know like the most obscure kind of Kino common words. He's a thesaurus on some words, but he is terrible on others.
Did I overhear about the limited time thing? Do I know why that's why Greff is mad?
Oh, before the
Sure.
guy leaves?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys would have like picked it up, or at least with Arawn keeping an eye on it, you would have got the gist of what's going on. And when he told Greff to chill the fuck out, you guys would have heard that for sure.
Greff, we fight people a lot, and I know that you do that before talking. But if you've got limited time with him, perhaps you should figure out how, with words he teaches, so that you can have someone else teach you in a similar manner. Figure out the knowledge that he wants you to know. Just pay attention to his words.
Okay. I will. Thank you.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
You guys make your way to kind of like the warren of tunnels at the back here. You pass the kind of like broken down forge that Arawn has been trying to fix up the other night. You pass other rooms which seem to have been, you can't really work out what they're for anymore. They're so out of repair. You make your way down to a series of tunnels and corridors, and you realize that your locate spell is beginning to run out fairly rapidly, as is thank everything, the zone true spell. As you manage to make your way towards like the back end of this warren, and you find a set of staircases down, it doesn't take you guys long to like find the kind of set of rooms where this object would be. And as you come down to the bottom of this like fairly steep, very like roughly hewn stairs, which lead you further back into the cliff itself. You also notice that you are passing like, I guess like shells and fossils and such like. You walk past like a partial like a skeleton of a really big looking creature. And as you kind of like look at that as you walk down, you realize that the next step down is going to be into this very large open room. There's no other exit to this room. There's no movement of air. It's very still. You can smell a very heavy stench of like damp cut grass. Arawn, you can smell a very familiar scent of like of oils that you would use in blacksmithing. Is there anything else you guys would sense? No, that's all you guys would probably pick up from where you are. You can smell, at least Ivoris could smell the scent of blood. And you hear this low rumbling, this low talking. The air is charged, along with the heavy scent is also charged with an almost electrical magic-y feel to it. There is something going on right now. And that's when your zone of truth, and that's when your locate object fails. So you haven't been detected yet, but you can smell and feel and sense this before you get to the point where you're going to have to reveal yourself or sneak.
One thing I feel the need to point out is Greff doesn't have dark vision, so he is carrying around a torch. Okay,
then you'd be slightly further up the steps, and everything you feel is slightly less.
Yeah. I just feel like this is needed, and of course.
Yeah, that's a fair comment. Yeah.
All right, don't enter the room, but we need to see what is happening. And not interfere just yet. I cannot afford to look hostile right now.
Do I need to turn off my light?
No, we can just don't interfere. We're here to talk. They can know we're here.
Okay.
That being said, if things look hostile, then I mean...
If things look hostile, but we're trying very hard to have it not look that way. So we need to see what is going on and find an appropriate moment to talk.
All right. I trust you. Lead the way.
Just stay close behind. And I'm going to walk into the doorway and stand in the doorframe and look in.
What you see is a very large room. There used to be pillars that supported the ceiling, but most of those are cracked and broken and lay in rubbles. You see a portion over on the left-hand side where the ceiling itself has collapsed in. The rock and everything that was there is now cracked and crumbled and blocking a good portion of the room. Over on the right-hand side of the room, kind of off in the corner away from you, you can see that there is a circle of candles. They're all lit of various colours, but they seem to be placed in some sort of strategic pattern. There are 8 of them. There is red, pink, orange, yellow, green, kind of turquoisey colour, blue, purple, and back to red. They're placed in a circle, and you can see within the circle there is drawn upon the ground in blood an 8-pointed star. There is a sort of circle surrounding all of this. This circle is huge. In the center of it is a construct about 8.5 feet tall, covered in kind of various green, kind of tanned hides. They're holding a pick and another weapon. You can see as you look at this image that there is another image that seems to be as you look at this construct, you see there is another image that seems to be flickering over the top of it. That of a Goliath 7.5 feet tall, carrying the same weapons, wearing a pale yellow dress. At the far end of the room, you see there is a table against a wall. There are many alchemists, potions, bottles, vases, all aligned at the back, and they seem to be bubbling and spewing. Standing with their back to this a little bit forward, with a platform so they can rest their big heavy book upon, there is a gnome. She has bright red hair and a burn mark on one side of her face. Floating about 5 inches above the book is a pale yellow crystal, a stone. Exactly the crystal you're looking for, the one that your locate object was finding.
What is she currently doing?
She is currently reading from the book. She is currently casting a spell.
Okay. Ivoris makes a noise to make his presence known but doesn't interrupt, and watches and casts Detect Magic.
With your Detect Magic, please roll a Arcana check.
14.
With a 14, you can tell that there is magic going on, but you can't really learn much about it. You don't have any real details. You didn't roll high enough to get what this is. I also need you to roll a d10.
It's 2.
Around you and your companions, red, pink, and white rose petals fall from the ceiling. And you all receive 1d6 of healing.
Oh,
which
yay.
doesn't do anything, but all right, cool.
Which doesn't do anything.
Well, I
Good
was
job.
missing 2 hit points. I don't know why.
Probably Neil took 2 hit points away from him. Who knows?
I don't know.
As you cough, you see the creature look up at you, the constructs. You see the eyes swivel in their sockets. You see the illusion that is around them. You see their eyes look in your direction.
Oh, it's awake.
Oh yeah, it's awake. You see that the gnome is trying not to react, and there's a slight falter in their casting, but they continue straight on.
Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. What's going on? I can't see.
Ivoris has definitely made enough space to where you guys could be watching as well.
Yeah, you guys can, there seems to be no threat as he casts this magic, as these random effects go off as he coughs. There is a bare recognition the construct/illusion is looking in your direction. Without further investigation, you don't really know what their construct or illusion face is trying to tell you, but the gnome is trying their best to ignore you. So the 3 of you can very easily step into this room.
Greff does so.
Ivoris is not gonna respond to Greff going into the room, but I am gonna step into the room and take a closer look, hands behind my back so that she doesn't think that I'm fucking with things, at maybe some of the open pages in her book, and kind of just he's kind of making it known to her that he's watching over her shoulder, even though he's not really doing anything.
His
to
plan
intercede.
is that he is walking over to her to look over her book.
No. He's more looking at the tables and any notes more so than he's getting close to her.
Okay, so from where he is at the entrance, he's kind of trying to get a better look of what's
He's
going
staying around the edges of the room.
on. Okay.
Yeah, and looking at miscellaneous things. If he thinks that getting close to the spell would interrupt that, because he knows it's important, whatever's going on.
Am I allowed to make the jump in logic?
Here's the thing, we're too late. So fuck it.
If Ivoris is getting, if Ivoris gets within 20 feet of the circle of salt around the 8-pointed star and all the candles and the construct will begin to look at you, and they'll very, very obviously place a hand on their weapon.
Okay, yeah, I stay at that border.
Okay, you can take an investigation check then.
Does this sound like the construct we were sent to look for?
Yep.
Yeah, it's 100% the construct you were sent to look for.
I wasn't sure.
Well, guys,
Wow.
if you guys want to fuck it up, then go ahead, but I'm not gonna.
I kind of want it because I know what's happening.
Well,
And it's super bad. For me.
So what'd you get on your investigation?
I don't have an investigation button because we wrote it.
I don't have access to his sheet to fix it.
Just click intelligence, yeah.
There's a bunch of alchemy shit here.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of magic shit here. Anyone else to tell you? You can make a jump in logic if you want, Arawn. It's you can do that. That's not a problem. If you think you figured it out, assume Arawn has probably figured it out too.
I think that I'm pretty sure that I'm aware that these things are going to be consumed by whatever is happening. But I get it. But Ivoris is banking on the fact that the whole town thinks that these are good people. And in his eyes, both of the things that we came here for, if they're destroyed, then, they're destroyed. Like, we got here too late. Sorry.
Okay.
Fire me.
Dare you?
Don't pay me, I guess. I don't know. I didn't destroy it.
Okay, in that case, Ivoris just stands at the edge of where he feels comfortable that this creature, this construct, this Goliath illusion is standing. What is Greff up to? I feel this could be simpler than what Arawn is about to do.
Greff is doing what he's gonna regret doing. He's trusting Ivoris.
Oh boy. Is he going to stay by the entrance or is he going with him?
You might regret this.
I know, but you have not led
I could be completely
led me astray
wrong.
so far. Most of the time.
I could be leading me astray.
Are you joining him 20 feet out from this creature?
No, I think Greff follows follows Ivoris.
Hi.
I was
scary magic in here.
I was looking at your
Balance, I'm scared.
I got your nose bleeding.
guys, no.
I bled on your salt.
I can't deal with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I pass out.
Are you joining Ivoris 20 feet out from the
Greff
creature?
stays always within 10 feet of Ivoris. And
Ivoris will whisper.
Yeah.
Any idea what they're doing?
Arawn?
Yeah, Arawn's got a pretty good fucking idea what's happening.
Are you joining them or are you or is Arawn just like standing at the door fuming to himself?
Arawn is taking his gun out and leveling it at the gnome and yelling, "Whatever you're doing, it needs to stop right now. That construct does not belong to you, and we will be taking it back." Is there a response?
The gnome continues her work.
I'm firing.
And that's it for this episode. I want to start by thanking Fortello for the name Father Koholler, and I want to thank Rogue for Beartooth, which is a pretty baller name. Father Koholler is also a pretty baller name, but you guys know. If you guys want to interact with us, we're on Twitter a lot, so send us a line or a link or an idea or, GIFs. Just spam us with GIFs. Like, send us, 10 GIFs just today. Other than that, there's nothing smart to talk about. Just tune in next month for the conclusion of Arawn starts a fight he can't finish. Yeah.